All right, hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out as always. So back with some more gameplay analysis. As mentioned in the previous video, I'm trying to get back on track with some regular content on the channel, so weekly content at the very least. So filming some more of these short form gameplay analysis videos. So without further ado, let's take a look at this game. So we're keeping on the train of looking at new Super Slam heroes and how they feel as a Vynnset player. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this Pleiades matchup. I don't remember anything about this Pleiades matchup, but we're going to see how it goes. I'm choosing to approach it very, very similarly as I did with Lyeth, basically just like practicing with our... considering Oblivion this time. I did mention last time that Oblivion is a fine choice here into these Guardian heroes, but deciding to put my foot on the gas here. So Bounding Demagon is another one that I've been playing with. I think with Painful Passage, it's a piece that, you know, it just gives us another target for potential like Runegate shenanigans. So on this turn with 2 Beseech the Demigons, we are just going to banish and float this Bounding Demagon to a future turn, play out our Funeral Moon for an extra rune chant, and arsenal one of these Beseech the Demigons. They went ahead and tension in the air. They set up a suspense aura, which is a little scary. Pleiades, unlike Lyeth, is really good at like manipulating their suspense auras to make sure that they're popping at the same time, maybe when they have confidence or something like that. So they're a little more flexible than Lyeth, especially when it comes to like when they do the big thing. So I could see, I don't know, people keep saying that Lyeth has a higher ceiling. I guess like 5-card hand is just hard to beat, but Pleiades, like I don't know. I feel like she's more, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? More versatile, more able to, again, yeah, just manipulate the suspense counters so she can kind of make sure they pop when they should be popping or when they need to be popping to get full value. So just sending a boulder drop here, a raw boulder drop for 7 on Crush. Bad things happen. So this shouldn't be too bad. We have 2 calls in hand. Bounding and 2 Beseeches. I don't know that we want to be creepersing this early because we could do a creepers play where we go too wide. It would require us to hold on to one of these calls. So we'd have to give a piece of equipment. If we wanted to go too wide on the next turn, we'd have to give up a call on a piece of equipment, take 3, and then pitch the other call to the second Beseech. But I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe that is the play, like thinking about what they're doing on their turn, like setting up. I mean, this only draws them a card, but this is going to pop on their next turn, right? Unless they extend it. So I don't know. The other option is just like give them both calls and just send one big thing on our turn, keep that other Beseech in arsenal for a future turn. So wait, what is the on hit for boulder drop? We're just choosing to take all of this, and we could call, is it discard? When this crushes, put a card from hand on top of their deck. So we put a call on top of our deck. So I guess we could have blocked with the call. I guess I'm choosing to hold on to Crown. I definitely don't want to give Tunic or Creepers this early. So the choice I made essentially is let's just take the 7 to hold on to Crown. Because the alternative would have been block with the call, block with the Crown, take 2. And we'd still be able to achieve this like 2-wide turn that I think we're trying to set up for. So in this case, we just decided that Crown was worth taking 5 damage for, I guess. Or 7. I don't know what I'm... Well, we would have taken 2 no matter what, right? So I don't know. Interesting. So we're going to Beseech, targeting whichever one. The Eulogy, I guess. Send the Eulogy... pitch the call to Creepers, the next Beseech. So we're gonna go. We're gonna present 3 and 7, and another 7 after that. So 17 damage. with a 4 card 17. It's like pretty good rate. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if the like preserving life would have mattered. I don't know. I understand like wanting to keep crown for if like worst case things really go awry. But they're gonna want to take a bunch of damage here too. So I don't hate like the fact that they were able to set up another edge of their seats and manipulate the counter so that they're both gonna pop on their next turn. Like what is this? Plus 10 or something crazy? Maybe more. Tension in the air is like plus 6 or something. Plus 11. I don't know. That's a lot of damage that's coming at us. So like we definitely need to threaten them. Like if you want to do the scary thing at us, you got to take some damage here. So I think I like the decision to go too wide. It's just whether crown is worth holding on to. Like I guess we're choosing to do that so that we have access to that piece later in case things get awkward hand wise. So yeah, interesting. I also called this a 4 card 17. That's not super fair because we floated some value like the rune chance and the bounding demagon from a previous turn. So even though it looks like good value, some of the damage that we're outputting this turn actually came from a previous turn. The math in Vynnset is like actually not super easy to figure out like value. The numbers seem really, really good, but some of those numbers are coming from previous turns, right? In this case, it was turn 0, so there was like very low opportunity cost to do that. It's kind of free. But okay, so we're giving them, did we just double besiege this? So we didn't want to do the creepers thing. Oh, I'm playing to the Eloquence thing. So did they? Yeah, this is here because edge of their seat. So they took the rune chance. So I'm going to break the chain on Eloquence, play call it instant speeds, restore my action point, and send bounding for 4. So I don't need to creepers. I need to pitch the call to creepers. And I'm also stripping a card. That's way better. So why didn't I? Yeah. I saw it at the time, and I'm glad I did. Like, Eloquence, I need to be thinking more about the impact of Eloquence and how to, like, I think I mentioned that during the last video too. It's like how to take full advantage of the Eloquence token. Because I often take Eloquence for granted. And I don't really think about what it could be adding. So in this case, we're going to be like playing the call out, which strips one of their 2 cards, which hopefully is like going to make their turn. But maybe they're like, you know, they have that as a contingency. But this could really ruin their day if they need both of those cards to send something. But if they have like a 0 cost attack, it's not really going to matter. But this could have been really, really impactful. So they're going to have to banish one of those 2 cards. Hopefully it's impactful. It is a blue. So the hope now is that they needed that blue to pay for the next thing. We're going to send another 4. So Eloquence was an all-star there. We didn't need to creepers. So I was thinking we would have to creepers pitching the call to send in the other beseech and spread the stuff. But I'm just hoping that this card that they have left in hand requires pitch. If it does, then we are big brain. Huge brain. But oh, they're going to draw. So as long as they draw resources from that other suspense aura that when it leaves draws them a card, as long as they draw the resources they need, maybe it wasn't an issue. So they're playing up on a pedestal. What does this do? Put a revered or guardian card on top of the deck or something? Pretty flavorful. I mean, I don't know. Flesh and Blood has always been big on flavor and like what the card is called and what it does often. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So it must be a 0 cost. Oh, they're sending that. That makes sense. They were just holding 2 blues. So they up on a pedestal something. They drew the card, or they either had 2 of those up on a pedestal in their hand. But now they're sending this, and there's shenanigans with this too. I can't remember the shenanigans right now, but we'll read the card in a minute. But I know there's something, just like Titan's Fist in the last game, where you could pitch Pleiades' ability to buff it. You can, is it number of auras? I can't remember what matters, but we drew into an awkward hand, which is no good. So we're giving them a Mauve Skies because we don't, we have too many go again things. So banish, call, play Malefic Incantation, Arsenal, Shadow Puppetry is kind of the ideal situation. But wouldn't we want to crown here and try and fix this hand? Isn't that what crown is for? We didn't crown. Well, the other issue, we'll see what we draw into. The other issue is we would have had to break Quillhead no matter what, unless we drew into an Eloquent Eulogy. So let's see what we drew first off of deck. And I don't know if it's like organized, like if the leftmost card is the one that came from top of deck. But we'll see what we may have gotten off top of deck. Yeah, I wonder how Talishar organizes the cards, and if you can glean what came off top of deck from the order in which it's in your hand, in which the cards are in your hand. But okay, so just a little setup, but I do think crown. Okay, hella awkward, either side. This would have been the worst. So I guess it's, I don't know. Was it a blunder? Because we would have blocked with the crown. We would have drawn either the Annihilation or the Widespread Destruction if that's how this is organized. I doubt that they shuffled them. So if we drew into the Widespread Annihilation, it wouldn't have helped. We would have banished probably still the call and been stuck with that. So yeah, this is the variance stuff. Like, this is what, I don't know, hurts a little bit when you're playing Vynnset, is like you see a full non-attack action card, you know it's going to be followed later by a full attack action card or vice versa. Like, it's just not super fun. So anyways, we're just going to send this, like, banish Phantom Wraith, send Phantom Wraith. We could puppetry and then like call them if we wanted to get cute, but this Widespread Annihilation is just going to rot in our hand. So this is something that, shout out to Nico, by the way, Nico Bonet, amazing Flesh and Blood player, better Flesh and Blood player than I'll ever be, and happens to be a Vynnset enjoyer. So that's another reason to join the Discord. Nico's pretty active in our Discord, more active than I am. I'm really bad when it comes to like social media and Discord and stuff like that. But yeah, Nico and I were discussing at Montreal about Widespread Annihilation, how it does feel pretty awkward, especially if you're not like, I'm cutting down on the number of Revel and Runebloods. Like, Revel synergizes well with Annihilation, but it's hard. Like, getting 4 rune chance is tough. So he was thinking about cutting it entirely, but it might, like, yeah, I understand that. I haven't gotten to that point yet. And we kind of got paid, just to change the subject, we got paid off for not blocking with Crown before, so we're going to cycle this Arsenal now. And we'll see what Painful Passage can do for us here. Do I think Painful Passage is like game breaking? No. It can be really impactful. In this case, we're going to be able to string together a pretty intense turn. Yeah. We're actually going to be able to... Oh, the pummel hurts us. Pleiades is doing CNC pummel shenanigans? That's just wild. So pummel hurts us. Does it hurt us? It doesn't hurt us a great deal, though. We're still going to be able to go 3 wide, right? Yes. Painful Passage does not help us here. Actually, that's probably what we get rid of, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know that Painful Passage is game breaking. I think it can be impactful. But things need to align. The fact that it blocks for 3 is a big up. So like, I think it's still like worth running, especially into turtle decks. It might give us a little extra power, but I think this is the card that we get rid of, because what I'm seeing here, we have a call and a Phantom Wraith in banish. So I think we have 1, Malefic Incantation. So I think we get rid of the Painful Passage on discard here. We banish the Whale, and then we just send Whale, and then we Creepers in the Mauve Skies. Hopefully they take some damage. If they take any damage at all, we break the chain, send Wraith, and then send widespread destruction, pitching the blue. That's the line I'm seeing right now. But we'll see. We'll see what we discard. If we discard the mauve skies, we can't really go 3 wide. I think... Oh! No. I think that was wrong. Maybe I got excited and wanted to, like, try the Painful Passage out, but I think we just... Like, the one thing about that line is we're assuming they're taking damage. But they could just, like, if they block out the Rune Chance and the Deathly Wail, we're kind of hooped. I'm assuming we only have 1 Malefic. If we had 2 Malefics, it'd be a bit of a different story. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. It's not going to play out the way I would have played it out this time. How many Malefics do we have? If we have 2, we only have 1. So... I don't know. We're going to see how it plays out, but we can no longer do the 2 wide thing. So banish one of them. I guess we're going to Painful Passage the other one. That does guarantee. So this is... There's still potential for 3 wide. I don't hate this. Painful Passage, take the damage to Vynnset. Like, the thing about our previous line is it is, like, again, contingent on Pleiades doing something specific. So what we would have either done, no matter what, we're going to send the whale first. If they chose to take damage, we would then break chain, creepers the mauve, send the Phantom Wraith. And then we would have been able to pay for the widespread destruction. 3 wide. Or, in this case, what we're going to do is Painful Passage, take the damage to Vynnset, which guarantees at least we'll be able to do Deathly Wail, Phantom Wraith with Mauve Skies. So if they let the Phantom Wraith hit, we can then threaten the widespread destruction. So it's kind of like we're threatening a 3 wide turn, but both of those lines have contingencies. The first one is Pleiades has to take at least a Rune Chant or let some part of that, what would have been, the 5 of Deathly Wail hit. So we'll see. Let's just monitor what they do. So they have already given us cards, like they're setting up an edge of their seats, which is interesting. So we're gonna give this buff because we're gonna, we want it all. So we chose buff because we're gonna creepers in the mauve no matter what. So we kind of did a hybrid approach. But this just shows the possibilities with Vynnset. Like, there were like 3 different lines there, and I chose one that I didn't even see originally. But buffing the Deathly Wail. So we're going to send the Deathly Wail for 3, 1 unpreventable, and 8. We're going to creepers in the Mauve Skies. We're going to send, no matter what, the actually, we could send the Destruction. Or the Phantom Wraith, it doesn't matter. And then we could Quill Hand the Phantom Wraith as well. So we could definitely go 3 wide. Either way. But yeah, the same contingency exists here, where they have to let the second attack hit in order for us to, like, easily go 3 wide and not break Vexing Quill Hand. Other ways we have to break Vexing Quill Hand. But yeah, choosing buff, I mean, we might as well use the Tunic resource and the creepers, right? So I think choosing buff is the right call. This might be the best line. Interesting. Oh, Vynnset. So complicated, this hero. I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think the best line on this? Is this the best line? I presented 2 other options. Maybe there's a 4th and 5th option that I didn't even think about. But yeah, this hero is complex. And I think the hardest part about it is, like, knowing your status in the game at any given moment, which changes based on the hero that you're playing against and based on, like, where you're at in the game. But okay, so they took a bunch of damage and held cards back, which is unfortunate for this game plan. The hope is that they would have given us cards, because then they wouldn't see the Mauvrion Skies coming and they wouldn't be able to respond to it. But we are able to call one of these cards from their hand, but they could still like pretty easily just give us 2. Is Edge of their Seats on 1? They did Pleiades, didn't they? So that does mean, like, it tells us that they kind of want to keep a card. So we have 3 Rune Chants, so we're just going to send the Widespread Destruction. Worst case, we could break Quill Hand if we really want to put pressure on this turn. But this was a huge swing in life total, right? They were at 31 at the beginning of this turn. I love me a 3-wide turn, and that's what passing or Painful Passage. We didn't necessarily need Painful Passage, though. There was another line where we pitched the Annihilation to go 3-wide, and that would be a guaranteed 3-wide, no contingencies. They did let this hit, though, so that makes our decision to send the Phantom Wraith pretty easy, so that's good. So another 3 and 6 here. So 9 damage. They're going to have to go pretty low if they want to take advantage of the buff from this Edge of their Seats, which I assume they don't want to lose that value. So they could still give us 1 card and send the Moment Maker, but they're not. They're going to go to 3. So we put some insane pressure on them at that turn. I don't know if there's much more we can do, but a Boulder Drop for 12 is pretty scary. So we're going to have to break Quill Hand if we want to send something at them. So I think choice-wise here, we either give them 5, 6, 7 block, 8 block with Creepers maybe. Creepers and Tunic is a 9 block, so we don't get crushed. And we take 3 down to 4, and then we're still able to send the Widespread Ruin. That probably makes sense here at Endgame. What? Oh, Confidence. I think I missed that here too. Oh no. So then the only choice is to give them the 2 attacks and go to 1, and then we have to banish a Malefic, set up a Malefic, and then we're probably just dead. Confidence is rough. I understand why they took so much damage on the last turn now, is that this is just their win con. So yeah, go to 1, discard a card. Oh yeah, even discard a card. I forgot about the crush effect. So now we're just going to banish a Malefic and pass. We could swing Flail and not give them the satisfaction of killing us themselves. But, I mean, we put some pressure on with that 1 3-wide turn. So if that would have come a little bit earlier in the game, and it's hard to like attribute that to Painful Passage. Yes, Painful Passage helped. It buffed that attack plus 3. But there was another line there where we could have just, yeah. So we have to give them 3 cards. We can't keep the Whale and no, we can. Yeah, we keep the Whale. We break Vexing Quill Hand, and then we put pressure on. That makes sense. I like that. So now we're just going to banish the Whale, break Vexing Quill Hand, send 4 and 5. It's tough for them to do, or to deal with, potentially when they're at 3. So we kind of get tempo back here, which is good. What was I talking about? I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought, but that's okay. It wasn't that important. Confidence, good. Okay, so break Vexing Coil Hand, send the Whale for 4 and 5. They've won an Arsenal, so they're going to play this in the palm of your hand, draw cards. It replaces itself, but they have to pitch for it. But they know that some Rune Chants are coming, so having 1 floating, especially when I'm going to have 4 Rune Chants here, that covers it up with an additional blue. And then, what is this? Oh, they're playing this out. Gain 3 life? Gross. When this leaves. So now they're probably not that worried about like taking damage because they can make that pop on their next turn, right? Okay, so 4 and 5. They probably give me a blue, block 3 Rune Chants, take 1 down to 2, and then just give me the rest of their hand, I assume. But then they're just going to manipulate the counters on Hungry for More and gain 3 on their next turn. Life gain feels so tough. Take 1 down to 2. Give me the 2 other cards. We do end on a Rune Chant, which is a nice consolation. We also have 1 counter on Tunic up. Or we'll have a resource from Tunic next turn. Deathly Well is also going to make us a rune chant, so we're going to end on 2 rune chants, which is really good. So give us your hand, I guess, and then Pleiades. Is Pleiades ability free? I think it is, right? Yeah, so they're going to Pleiades a counter off of Hungry for More, I assume. Gain life up to 5. So we're at 1, they're going to be at 5. Oh, or they're doing it in the palm of your hand. So they want to draw a card on their next turn. Maybe to see if they can pressure with Moment Maker. I had to read Moment Maker. Okay, whoa. Go back. I want to read it. So they pay 3. So if they drew a blue from in the palm of their hand. Why do they have a card? It's from in the palm. I don't know. 3 or more auras, it gets +2. When this hits a hero, the crowd cheers you. Can't buff after it hits. So it's either 4 or 6 for 3. So they draw a card. If it's a blue, it was not. So they can't send Moment Maker. But they probably, yeah, I mean, Hungry for More. So, dang. Yeah, Vynnset's not our friend lately. This is the type of thing that I was experiencing in Montreal. And I don't think it's like, we're running lots of Rune Gate attacks. 28 or 30. Like we have 32 or 33 banishable cards. But yeah, we keep running into the situation where like this is a terrible hand. Like, what are we supposed to do? Tunic Resource make a rune chant. Dirge make another rune chant. Funeral Moon make another rune chant. Pass with an envelop and no, it's terrible. I think we Dirge and Funeral Moon. No, we don't want the envelop though. I feel like just cycling this whole hand. But like it'd be ideal if we had an envelop and darkness in arsenal with a tunic resource up. We don't want it in arsenal if we don't have a tunic resource. So this is just this is a really bad hand. Really not good. I think we're probably just dead on the next turn because of this, because we're not able to pressure at all here. So I think, yeah, I don't know. That's really rough. So now Dirge up to 6, Funeral Moon up to 7, and then Envelop in Darkness and Arsenal without a Tunic resource is not a good place to be when we're at 1. We're probably going to have to give them our whole hand, but chances are we're just dead on their next turn, because they're going to get... Or no, they're going to gain 3 life. This isn't a buff. I forgot about that. They're going to gain 3 life up to 5. So what are they going to do? I guess they could... They didn't have any impactful auras. So now we draw into almost... I mean, Succumb to Temptation is the only non-attack here. But, like, we don't... I mean, we're happy to block 9. What does Cries of Encore do? I don't even know. 7? So would it just give 2 cards and Tunic? And keep Deathly Wail and Succumb, maybe? Just give all of it, I guess. If I was worried about a buff. Am I worried about Pummel? I saw Pummel earlier. I think, I don't know. What does this do? Oh. Whatever. We're going to find... If you've been cheered this turn, this gets when this hits your area, you may play an Aura of Suspense from your graveyard this turn. That's fine. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm playing around Pummel. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. I just kind of said, you know, if you have it, you have it. Because in this case, the best I could have done is block 10. I still die. Yeah, I still die Xaxes. I'm not going to give them my whole hand here, just on the off chance they have Pummel. So, GG's. We fell on our face. Endgame there. So, yeah, I mean, that's just something that, unfortunately, is a reality. And it's something that I've been experiencing now more than, like, ever. For some reason. I've been getting the bad side of variance with Vynnset the last little while. But it's not discouraged. Like, I still love the hero, don't get me wrong. But it can be a little discouraging at times. So I would just suggest, like, you know, play what you love. And if that type of thing frustrates you, then I totally understand why, you know, a hero like Vynnset, which does have and suffers to variance a little bit, can be frustrating, but you can do some really fun busted stuff as well. So you got to pay for that in some way. And that's how it balances, right? The heroes that have a super high ceiling, like Vynnset can have a really high ceiling, those 3 wide turns. Yeah, we gotta pay for that super high ceiling in some way, and that's with a little bit of variance. But yeah, we've been experiencing more of that bad variance lately. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. More to come. So we'll talk again real soon. Cheers.